Well, we hear every year, especially coming up to September, even during the summer, how principals are struggling around the country to fill vacancies. And we've heard it from the student-teacher side, we've heard from the teacher side that how difficult it is to find accommodation. That's one of the big things. So there was a survey done by the Irish Teachers Association working with the Irish Primary Principals Network, and they surveyed 565 schools across the country. And what they found was that, by and large, Gael schools, DEIS schools and special schools are the schools that are struggling the most to fill vacancies. And these are term-long vacancies. They're not short-term vacancies. So it's a really big problem. Looking at some of the figures as well, because I think when you compare it to mainstream schools, it says 1/10, so 1 in 10 mainstream schools have term-long teacher vacancies. I think that alone is really bad. 1 in 10 mainstream schools are having issues, getting teacher vacancies filled. But then 56% of special schools, 56, over half, are finding it difficult to fill vacancies.
Why is that?
I don't know. I haven't been able to see it exactly why.
Well, if there's 10 jobs and you're offered all of these other jobs where it's like, well, this might be an easier job for you.
No,
not they might, but there are vocational interests here. If people are able for them, there are extra things to take into account when you are in a special school.
Yeah, and then again, 43% are the Irish medium, so the Gael schools. So you understand, they might have the qualifications to be able to fill those positions. 35% of DEIS Band 2 schools and 32% of DEIS Band 1 schools have term-long teacher vacancies. So a really serious problem there. I think 234 primary vacancies in primary schools and special schools are currently across the country. But one of the interesting ones, and I actually don't think it's a surprise, is that the highest vacancies were in Dublin, and that was 55%. So
55% of the schools in Dublin have vacancies?
Yeah, which is out of the schools that were surveyed. So you can understand maybe Dublin, and I think Wicklow
41% in Wicklow, 39% in Kildare.
So there are areas where we're really pushed for accommodation.
For accommodation, housing and services.